Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jeff, and today we're going to be turning a piece of paper like the one on the left here into, bam, this, a CD case, okay? Just really simple shit, nothing too crazy. We're going to be literally taking a piece of paper you can make in Microsoft Word, just a picture on the right, and track list on the left, and we're going to be turning it into a really simple, easy, foldable CD case. This one's a little bit more intense than the one in this video, but I'll show you how to make it in another one, and you can just stick the CD in there and it holds up real well. So anyway, why don't we go ahead and get started. Guys, real simple shit. You need cardstock, a knife, a stapler, a glue stick, a Sharpie, a pencil, scissors, and a CD. Get rid of that shit. Alright, arts and crafts time, man. So what we got here is we got the page that's going to be essentially our CD. On the right, we've got the front of our CD, and on the left, we got our back. What I'm doing here is I'm just showing you the line that's going to be the division between the back and the front, back, okay? And those top and bottom segments are going to get folded in, so it's not a big deal if you write on it or mark it up or whatever. So anyway, this you got to make sure that both of those are virtually centered for their respective areas, and then that section right there is going to be the tab that you fold into the back of the CD. So that's going to be about 1.5 inches out from the right side of the paper. I'm just showing that there. And then that back portion is going to get trimmed off, so just keep that in mind as well, not to put anything there. Alright, so now we're going to fold the CD and replace the CD about center there, and you're going to be folding the left and right sides in, making sure that the pages that are folded are going to be flush. Alright, now that we've folded up, what I've been showing here is really just making sure that the edges are straight. It looks a little crooked, but just fold out those edges and make sure they're absolutely straight. And what we're going to be doing is putting the CD at the lowest part of the page towards the back and leaving about 1/2 inch of space between the CD and the corner there, and just folding it up so you have 1.5 inches of paper left at the top. And that's going to serve as the tab for folding into the back of the CD. So just make sure you got that good and that everything is flush on the sides so that there's no overlap or anything like that. And it should be pretty easy to get that all done. No problems. So now we're moving on to the corners here. We're going to take that about that 1.5 inch overlap at the top of the CD and literally just fold in the corners. And folding them first does a lot in terms of making sure they don't pop up when you glue them down. So I just like to fold them over once or twice first, just make sure they're good and down, and then take your glue stick, doing the top and the bottom, top and bottom, fold them over, press them down. That should do the trick pretty well. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to open it up, and those overlaps there, the CD, you just do the same thing. Just put a few lines of glue. Do that. And I literally just been using really shitty glue sticks, and they do just fine. They haven't had any problems, so just press that down. Just make sure that there's good adhesion between the two pieces of paper. That'll go a long way in the scheme of things. So looks like the front and back's doing pretty well, and there's no gaps or anything. So you can even just staple these corners here. I do it just because it doesn't look terrible and it adds reinforcement to it, and I don't want those things popping up. So anyway, at this point, you can literally just fold that tab into the back of the CD. I've done those in a pinch, like when I've had to make 1 million CDs right before a show. You can see the front image is off a little bit, but you know, it's not a big thing. Anyway, so you can just fold that into the back, works totally fine. Does the same job. You could do that if you really are just lazy and don't want to make the back slit, or you know, if you're like me and have to make a bunch of CDs in the heat of the moment. So anyway, what we're going to end up doing now is we're going to put a slit on the back of the CD case, and this is going to be pretty easy. I don't have a ruler, so I just used another piece of paper, and you're going to go about 1/2 inch from the back of the CD on the right side, and leave about 1/2 inch on either side of the slit, just so it doesn't tear and it doesn't leave too much of a space for the paper to tear open when you're messing around with the actual slit. So you can take your X-Acto knife, or in my case the pocket knife here, and just go up and down that slit a few times. You can put something actually in the CD case to make sure that it doesn't tear through to the other side. And for God's sakes, guys, just don't put the fucking CD in there. Like, you know, let's be honest. Don't scratch up your own CD with the knife. Like, this is easy stuff, man. This is 5th grade. So just take that knife, just go up and down it. And what I do is just take the knife and just pop it through and make that slit really clean. Otherwise, it can tear and it can fuck up everything you've done up to this point. So don't want that to happen. So get rid of that and make sure that when you tuck that in, you don't fold over that lip at the top and make it all disgusting looking and crunched up. But that virtually does it. That you really just fold it in there and you can put your CD right in the case like no problem. And the lip, it holds up pretty well. I haven't had any problems with it. I mean, if worst comes to worst, you could double up on the paper in the back there so that slit has a little bit more reinforcement, but I've had these CDs cases for a while now and I've had no problems with the integrity of it. So I think you should be good to go. And here are a few other versions of the one I did. This one is where it's just literally tucked into the back, and then this one is the more advanced version with the slit in the front that I could show in another video. But as of now, that seems to be holding up pretty well and good alternative to jewel cases and stuff. And I'm just talking about this right here. The text is occluded by the back of the CD case, and what you can do is just, if you scoot the text back on the Word document to about 2 inches from the right border, you should be able to see it. On the other version of the CD I have, it works just fine. So go ahead, use it, and have fun, man. That should be get you started. Good luck.